Hello, 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 hello. Welcome to Hearts Frontier. I am really looking forward to doing this reading. I uploaded it or did the, live notification a little late on YouTube compared to what I normally do, but nice to see people are already hopping online. That's awesome. That means we've got a good crew going, so that's great. Welcome. So I'm happy to do any oracle questions today. Sometimes I do a live love reading. Sometimes I do romance questions. You can ask me about anything tonight. I'm pretty flexible for what people are going to ask tonight. And maybe I'll start with a bit of a collective energy reading because normally it's nice to, warm up, that kind of thing. But ask me any questions. Wow, my hair is all over the place today. And I realized I got sunburn. Who knew you could get sunburn in Scotland? I knew that. I definitely knew that. You don't have to tell me twice, but maybe I'll wear my sunscreen next time I go gallivanting into town. So I'll do some open oracle reading questions tonight. Basically, whatever it is you would like to know. And we'll see who hops on. Normally we get a few people on, but it kind of takes time. People need to comment and interact in order for the notifications to get sent out to more people. So just let me know that you're here if it's working. YouTube sometimes lies and tells me that there's no one when there are people. And Instagram tends to be kind of quieter anyway. So I'm happy to answer any questions. We had the Empath Energetics introduction session this evening, and that was really fun, really lovely. Oh, good. I'm glad to know my comments are working. That's great. Feel free to ask a question if you wish. It's oracle time. Oracle time for the masses. And we've got lots of animals coming out. Hello, Anne. Hello. Nice to be able to see you more often since we're in closer time zone now. That's lovely. So I've got some animal oracles. I'm happy to answer any questions people have, psychic or intuitive or otherwise. Hey, Jen. Funny, everyone's hopping in on Instagram. Normally it's the opposite way. Normally everyone's on YouTube, and I spend more time looking at YouTube than I do Instagram. Hello. How nice. All right. I'm going to pull some collective energy cards and just get started with that. But you guys can ask whatever questions whenever. I didn't do a specific love romance reading this time because I just thought I'd leave it flexible. Maybe you want to know about other things. Maybe you feel shy. Maybe you need to ask another question and warm up. Awesome. All right. I was meeting, if you'd seen on my Instagram earlier, I was meeting with my dear friend Emily, doing some business coaching, shamanic business healing together. And it was like a really positive session. I always love working with her. And she reminded me that red lips are my signature thing. And I totally forgot. I didn't bring any red lipstick with me to Scotland. So it's so bizarre. I've just been walking around without my signature thing. So that's why I walked down into town today and got a sunburn just to right the wrongs. Oh, hey, Carol. Nice to see you. Nice to see you on the YouTubes. Ask me any oracle question you want. I'm here. And Carol, you might find it interesting to know Empath Energetics round 5 just started today. And nice to see you as well. And I've opened up this round so that there's many pay what you can options so that people have a much easier time being able to say yes to themselves and to investing in this. And the program. So, but I wanted to mention, I was thinking of you today because there is an Empath Energetics grad who decided to retake the program, and there may be a second grad. So if that's of interest to you, you just let me know, because I know you're talking about doing some different kind of work recently. So anyways, just going to throw that out there. If you want a round 2, there's a pay what you can spot for another grad if you're looking for it. Okay. Carol, there are Thursdays So it's regular Sunday Soul Circle Oracle sessions at 4 p.m. British time. And I think you're in Eastern. Tell me if you're in a different time zone, but that would be 12 p.m. Eastern time. And then Thursdays, 5 p.m. British time, which is Eastern's right. Yeah, sorry. It's 4 p.m. British time, 11 a.m. Eastern. So 11 a.m. Eastern on Sundays and 12 p.m. Eastern on Thursdays are our sessions. So I don't know if you could do that on a lunch break or something like that. Oh, hey, Sean. Let me know if you guys have Oracle questions. I am going to answer some Oracle questions, psychic questions, whatever it is you want. Often I do love and romance readings when I come on and do these random lives, but I decided to open it up so you can ask whatever. I've got some collective Oracle cards as well, so I can start reading those if everyone is taking time to think of what you're going to ask. Normally we have like at least 5 or 6 people on YouTube, so it's so funny. And yes, Carol, thank you for getting me started. I will absolutely just get whatever comes out for you. And yeah, just reach out to me, just message me if you're thinking that empath energetics might feel like a good fit. Because this round, I mean, you already know the process, but it was just the introductory session. And I obviously did the replay, so you can listen to that. This session will be really different than the last. I think I always say that, but ooh, Carol, you got activation, wind activation. I keep hearing in my mind winds of change, winds of change. So, you know, however you're wanting things to shift, to believe that it could just come in as easily as a breeze coming in, and as swiftly and as powerfully as well. Wind activation. Ooh, very exciting. I do feel a change coming, but not sure where. It's funny. You have Saint Germain. I love Saint Germain. And it says karma releasing. Karma releasing. So this could be part of where you're letting go of change and actually accepting change as well. It says move beyond drama, create your own path, and make room for good energy. Make room for good energy. Then there's also Lord Ganesh, which says infinite abundance. It says obstacles are being removed, spiritual support and connections are increasing. I'm going to not be cheeky and tell you again to join empaths. Oh no, your sound cut out. That's so sad. Well, you can go and watch this after. You can go and watch this after. It'll be posted under live. So if anyone's ever looking, it'll either be under Instagram if you're catching there, or YouTube under videos, shorts, lives. So it says obstacles are being removed. Funny, an obstacle is actually coming up if the sound cut out. Spiritual support and connections are increasing. And one more card here for Carol. Instagram, let me know if you have questions. It's nice that you're hanging out. It's nice that you're hanging out, but I'm happy and here to serve you and to answer anything that you want to know. That's why I come on here and do these little readings. Keeps me in a place of service and joy. Oh my gosh, Carol, abundance again. So you might be getting a raise or some kind of idea for extra income in some way. I'm wondering whether you're due for another sort of massive career expansion, because abundance keeps coming out, but also it could be abundance of spiritual connection. It could be an abundance of support and maybe friendship connections as well. It could be that, you know, abundance comes in many, many forms. It doesn't just need to be wealth and material. I also wonder, though, I kind of feel like you might be getting some sort of payout or some sort of like a lump sum coming in. I don't know. It just kind of feels like some other thing is going to land, and it feels kind of all at once, like sort of a bulk amount. Yeah, not sure what that relates to quite just yet, but your sound's not working. I'm not sure if it is still, so we might not get to hear whether it's working or not. Okay. Instagram, you just keep thinking. It's nice to have you here. Nice to get some comments. I'm curious who's actually still watching because people do come in and out of these things. Okay, so I'm going to read some manifestation cards. I really like this. This is the, I'm going to start doing Oracle deck reviews on my account soon. This is the Super Attractor deck. Super Attractor by Gabrielle Bernstein. The universe is always conspiring to support me, guide me, and lead me compassionately toward the highest good. The highest good. There's no point messing around with second highest good. Am I right? It's important that you actually feel as though there's forces that are on your side, you know? If you feel like there's forces that are on your side, it gets that much easier to take steps that maybe scare you, to go in directions that are different. You know, Carol, whatever this change is that's coming, it feels like definitely a new thing and not just one upgrade, right? That's why I said it doesn't feel like only a promotion or raise if that's the case. This is for everyone as well. A really positive card. I also just love the art on this card. It's really cool. Appreciation dissolves all blocks to the presence of my super attractor power. So being in a place of appreciation really does, you know, when I ask people what it is that they would like to have in life, you know, they might be able to have a list, they might be able to think of things, goals, you might have a vision board or something like that. Oh, hey, Stacy. And what people don't often actually focus on is the feelings that they actually desire. The feeling of appreciating, of just being so thrilled and so proud and so amazed at your life, to really be like in awe of how awesome your life is. P.S. I was just told recently that saying awesome is a Canadian thing, and I had no idea, but apparently Canadians say awesome like a lot. And now I've been so self-conscious. Like I went to a bakery the other day and I was like, awesome. Oh. And I already know I sound different. Like obviously I'm not Scottish. I'm not going to have the accent. But it really felt like ooh, showing my colors. But I don't know if that's a thing for everyone. But now I feel like hilariously self-aware when I say awesome. And if you saw my daily YouTube oracle this morning, I was saying totally. So I don't know what's going on with my speech. I'm being all like girlish. I don't know. So, anyways, back to this talking about feelings and appreciation. All right. So, when you're thinking about what it is you'd like to curate, and you, Stacy, you say that all the time. Good, not just me. um, so, when you're thinking about what it is you'd like to curate and bring into your life, and how you'd like your life to be improved, or just thinking about like even achieving goals, right? The path to manifestation is not just sitting back on your laurels and hoping for good things to come in and saying, I'm manifesting, which we all know that, right? We all know there's more to manifestation at this point, I would hope. Appreciation and being in the state of appreciation is something that's really going to attract and magnetize more to you, you know? And so it's important to also take stock of what currently exists in your life and find deep appreciation and joy and gratitude and thankfulness and amazement and awe and all these, and inspiration and all these things that you can have. It's important to cultivate that before you get all those other things, right? Because that's what builds this energy. You want the momentum to kind of keep going and keep going into such a place where you have such appreciation that now it's just adding on top of that. So that's a really lovely energy. I love that. Hey, Angie, I totally see your question. Totally. And I will get to it. I'll read these two cards that are for the collective energy. So you can take these in for yourself as well. And then I will go to answering your question, which reminds me, as I'm seeing your question, I should probably have my pendulum nearby. Do I? Yes, I do. Oh, goodness. Oh, no. I have it like around a plant. Just seems like a good idea until you need it. It's like around plants and cords. I have a very shamanic office. It's plants, crystals, pendulums. Yes. Yeah, TS, you can get a reading. Just let me know what your question is. And yeah, and then I'll do my best to answer it. That's what I do here on the YouTube. And if anyone would like to say thank you for the readings or support this channel, support what I do, then you can check my PayPal links below. They're on my site. And I think they're on Instagram somewhere. So, anyways, ask your questions. Ask your questions. I see Angie. I see TS. Stacy, let me know if you have a question. Anyone else on Instagram, let me know if you have a question. All right. Continuing the collective energy. So we have lotus flower unfoldment and also ocean ebb and flow. Yeah, and you know what, Angie and TS, I'm going to talk to you a bit about the question asking as well. Nothing super wrong with your questions, but I like getting deep and actually getting real about what it is we can be doing healing wise. And psychic oracle questions, I know what's going to come up, but me and my oracle sass, I got to teach things at the same time as answering questions. I just can't help myself. So lotus unfoldment and ocean ebb and flow. What I'm feeling for this is actually to allow what's going to happen to unfold in a way that you feel is not so strict. And this is going to relate to everyone, it's the entire collective. And so the way that you see things happening, holding the vision for how you want to feel, for what the end results might be, that's all fine because it gives you something to cue up to, something to visualize and be excited for. But the pathway there, or so many specifics, and the timelines, especially timelines, they are so arbitrary. What we think is good timing and what the universe has planned for us, or what our spirit guides are laying out for us, are not one and the same, let me tell you. So actually allowing life to unfold is going to give you so much more along the way, because you're going to be able to notice and like I was just saying, have appreciation and amazement, excitement and gratitude for all these things that happen along the way from point A to point J. You're getting picked up soon. That's okay, Stacy. Well, thanks for being here anyway. It's nice that you catch in and just hang out and listen to things. And I just like to offer, if I see you, I'm like, oh, I want to help. So that's great. And so this ebb and flow is more like could you stay reasonable? Could you stay open-minded and curate the feeling of the manifestation that you're trying to bring in, or the goal that you're trying to achieve? Could you curate the feeling and actually step towards it with little actions and be thankful every single step of the way, right? Like you don't want to get to a vacation having stressed about all the plans and every single thing along the way. You want to look forward to the vacation every step along the way and get really excited about, now I'm thinking about what excursion I might do, and then I'm packing my bags, and oh, that's so great. When I hear someone stressed out about their packing, I'm like, you get to go away, enjoy the packing. That was one of my favorite parts. I'm like, maybe I like packing more than I like getting on the plane and going. Because in that vibe right before, when you're packing, you can just be thinking about it and so excited, and that's true of everything. So if there's a health goal that you have, if you are looking to get into relationship, if there's a romantic intention or desire that you have, being really excited and actually looking forward to what that's going to be, that's so enjoyable if you let it. What happens is a lot of people will just start talking themselves down. They'll beat themselves up, or they'll say that it's impossible, or they'll get into this desperation longing mode that really doesn't support what it is they want to have happen. Does that make sense? Let me know if that's making sense, resonating. Okay. I am definitely feeling some fear in the collective. Oh, great. I'm glad that's resonating with you, Tara. Okay, I'm going to get back to these questions, Angie and Tara. Yeah, so what I'm feeling right now is also a bit of fear in the collective. So I'm not sure if someone's just waiting, to, thinking of a question, or maybe just feeling oh, this is a lot of energy, or they're just maybe scared about something else in their life. But rest assured, it's not you that's in control of everything, and it's not you that's responsible for every single thing that happens. You aren't alone. There are spirit guides all around you. There are ancestors on your side. There's real, legitimate, physical, external supports who are totally there to help you. Like all the folks who just jumped into empath energetics, like you get an immediate support system. That's amazing. We're still waiting. There's still, it's funny. I had like an influx of people looking to join empath energetics the last 24 hours, which is so funny. You're thinking about it, Anne. Okay, cool. um, I had an influx, like a bunch of people who are wanting to join empath energetics, who most of them I was able to let in, many of them anyway. It's all about alignment and kind of whether it suits the whole feel for what this group is going to be going through and everything. But there's one man, one masculine, one male who has not joined yet, and it's so funny because I had other like men decide to join, but I know that it's not their energy. I can really feel it. It's very funny. I'm going to do some journeying tonight to see what the heck is up, because it's honestly like it's a little bit upsetting. Like it's a little bit like what's happening. And it feels odd. It almost feels like incomplete. So anyways, here's just praying and hoping that they reveal themselves soon. We're starting anyway. The introduction session has happened, so there you go. Okay, Angie. Hi there. May I please ask if AD is the one I will marry? Thank you. So it is helpful to know, are you already dating them? Are you together already? The question, I'm going to read TS's Tara's question as well. So Tara's question is, when will I get married? And so the reason I said I'm going to talk about question asking is because I'm happy to answer these with like yes, no for yours, Angie. But, doesn't that kind of just scrape the surface? Like if I say, I guess it's something that I like to be mindful of. I've done thousands of psychic readings at this point. Yeah, so we aren't in contact. This is very helpful. We aren't in contact, but always felt like he is the one. So the one is not something that I like to validate. And the reason being, I do strongly feel and have experienced myself and through clients come to know that we have multiple soulmates. If we have multiple soulmates, and then you throw in a twin flame in there, and twin flames don't have to always end up together, like doesn't always happen. If you have multiple soulmates, soul connections that you run into lifetime, and some of them you date, some of them you marry, some of them you're friends with, you have multiple soulmates, then how could one be the one? And that doesn't make any sense to me logically. It's not in divine order. It's not how humans work. It's not how feelings work. But it is a beautiful story. I mean, I'm such a romantic. So, I love the idea of having one person that I stay with, for many, many years. Of course, my parents just celebrated their 34th their 34th wedding anniversary. How amazing is that? And I want a different love than the one they have, because I think that's typical of a child with a parent. But how awesome is that? It's so great. It's just like such beautiful commitment. So that neither of them though would describe each other as the one, and yet they have a perfectly great marriage. So the one is just the piece that I have a hard time with. So let's try to hone in on like a more real question for you. Because the other thing I would ask is when you're thinking about a question, so maybe this helps you as well, over on Instagram, because we're quiet on the Western Front on Instagram, which is very funny, very different than normal. When we're thinking about a question and we're thinking, will this person be the one I marry? What if you're meant to marry two people in your lifetime? Right? What if, Tara, I tell you the timing of when I feel you'll get married, and then that doesn't sound good to you, and then you make a whole bunch of choices that actually manifest and bring that in much faster? So the way I'm going to explain timing, okay, this is how timing works. And then Angie, if another question comes out, just let me know. I'm still working with how I'm going to answer this one. I may ask the pendulum, will you marry AD at some point? The thing is, you could, yeah, Tara, you're welcome to change the question if you have if you have a deeper question that's coming up, because that's the thing. That's the beautiful practice of doing this oracle work. I hope you see it as it's helpful. We're sort of getting to the core rather than scraping the surface and me just doing quickie, psychic fire. I've had that. I used to be a psychic chat advisor, and people just come in. Oh my God, what's this? I want to know about this. Blah, blah. And then it's like so fast. And half the time people are triggered, and I'm really focused on healing. So, like, let's, give it a minute and think about what is the real truth behind what that question's even getting to, right? What's the fear? What's the what is better if you know that versus if you don't know that? How does life change if you know that versus not knowing that? But I'll explain something about timing. Timing in psychic readings is a really interesting thing because we all have power of choice, and everything is in a constant state of flux and change. And when it has to do with two people or more, but when it has to do with two people, you think, you could step out of your current alignment and really you could just sidestep all the things that you're meant for, or you could walk in your highest alignment and your best path and be in this place that's like this, right timeline for you. If both of you and your divine partner were both to be in highest alignment, and I'm just reading into you now, and both of you you're in highest alignment and nothing wavers you, then I think that could be a really accurate reading. But because usually that's not the case, I can often have pretty good estimations, but timing is one of those things that's such a human thing. It's such a fickle, fixation that we have as humans to try and get timing clear. And I get it because I feel the same. I often complain about not understanding why I can't. I'll say to my guides like, why can't I just know the timing? I want to know, but it's an I want. It's an I want. It's a human thing. Usually there's something underneath that. So that's why I'm just asking. I wonder what's underneath that a little bit. So Angie, how does this conversation about the one versus accepting that you actually have multiple soulmates sit with you currently? Are there any more questions coming up? I can ask this question of, will you marry AD? If it's a yes, though, I want you to know it could be that life goes in some other way and you marry someone ahead of time, and you re-meet AD when you're 80 years old, and you spend a number of years together, 80 years old on, right? So I just want to make it clear that it's important you stay open to however it is your life story is going to unfold in front of you, and look forward to all soul mate connections and all romances that are the best romance of your life, and then the next best romance of your life, and then the one after that is even better because you're just saying yes to better and better, ideally. I'm glad you resonate with what I'm saying. Insight on your future husband. So that might be a really fun one for me to read into. So I will ask this question because I don't want to just sidestep you. I honestly don't. I know I might sound difficult, but I am actually ready to answer questions here. And Angie, I'm also going to read a couple qualities of your next husband, your future husband, but like the next one. I'm not assuming that you've already been married. I'm just saying your next husband. Hello, hello, hi. Okay, so Angie, this is my yes and this is my no. So I think you guys can see that pretty decently on camera. I made these lovely little pendulums. I'm so excited to use something that I've made. I feel so proud. So, I mean, yeah, typical. It's saying maybe. Maybe is like this kind of awkward circle oval thing. Let me ask if you're going to date AD. So you'll definitely date AD, and it's like a maybe for marriage. So it's basically like being guarded, which makes a lot of sense because I was kind of darting around answering the question as well. It's being a little guarded about that information because, again, it's like this isn't actually in soul alignment to know whether or not you're actually going to marry that person. But I do feel you will date AD. So I know that there's no contact right now, but I do feel that they will circle back. And I have been feeling that as you've been talking, here, I have been feeling like they are going to circle back. Let me get another card. What do I want to ask? Archetypes, maybe. So let's see what kind of energy your future husband has, right? So whoever it is, and then that's great. Then we can really open up your, ability to receive in this way, whoever it is that partner will be. That's really, really not surprising. Yeah, Laura, it's so funny. I said that I was like coming on for open oracle readings, and I was like, just whatever question you guys want. And everyone's just asking about love and romance. Carol, asked just whatever comes out. So that was a pretty open one, but I'm fine with whatever comes up. Clearly, I like doing the love readings. Clearly, I like it because I've been doing them the last few weeks. Just a romantic. I love helping people feel better about love and also be more unconditional with the way that they receive their love. So I really love these cards for you, Angie. Your husband, your partner that you will end up marrying in life, is a lover. I mean, that makes sense, and is also a magical child. So you might be like, ooh, I don't want just some lover boy kind of, childish Peter Pan kind of fella. But let me tell you, this is like a really, really beautiful spirit and beautiful person. The lover. So the shadow is an obsessive passion that may harm others and self-destructive devotion. So they might be the kind of person, and I feel like they are the kind of person who would bend over backwards, and you kind of have to make sure that they are taking care of themselves and not like just giving all their energy and time and stress towards you, but like in such a sweet way they want to. And this for me, I have such a hard time with this. I don't like this when someone tries to give me their everything. I'm like, whoa, I don't want that, but I think you're actually going to feel like it's such a sweet thing that they just want to do so much that they almost run the risk of burning out a little bit. The light attribute is great passion and devotion and an unbridled appreciation of someone or something. So I'm seeing it like love the fit. It's giving sorcerer energy. Yeah. You know the story about this outfit? I'll tell you the story in a second because I want to finish what I'm saying to Angie here in this train of thought, but it's really good. So, unbridled appreciation of someone or something. I have a feeling like your husband in the future is gonna have this kind of energy of like they're gonna look at you. And actually, it's really funny that you're just commenting on the outfit because this is what I was trying to say to Angie, is that they're gonna look at you and kind of like compliment you in a way where you're like, okay, stop, but they actually mean it. And so it's going to get you really comfortable with receiving compliments. Like they're going to be kind of over the top about it, but in a way that I think you're going to end up appreciating. It might be a little weird at first, but it's basically like no matter what you do, you're like just coming in from groceries and they're like, wow, you're so amazing. And like, okay, I'm just bringing in groceries, like relax. But I really see this being something that they'd be the kind of type to do some sort of gesture, like if you like chocolates or flowers or that kind of thing. Like I think they would be more of that sort of stereotypical romantic type. And then also magical child. He would love that. Okay, good. There you go. Well, it's good. I mean, obviously, you want a partner where you're going to love that stuff. So, the magical child, the light is that they see the potential for sacred beauty in all things. Like they're kind of an eternal optimist and they just believe like everything is possible. And so, I just feel like you might sometimes try to be like, okay, we have to be serious. They're like, why be serious? Like, life can give whatever we need. It's like amazing. And so, it's going to be a really nice back and forth. Like, they're really going to value the type of responsibility that you take and the way that you see life. And they're also just going to keep encouraging you to have this childlike wonder with how you look at stuff. The shadow of that, and maybe the potential downside, it could be that sometimes they get kind of like the opposite energy where they sort of get depressed and then they don't believe in miracles and they're sort of like, oh my God, nothing's happening. Like it's, they'll kind of feel like in between these two waves. They'll make sense to you though. It's not going to be like super dramatic. And they could also believe that like you don't need to actually do stuff. You might be like, that's a nice thought, but we have to take action in order for that to be true, you know? But that's just going to be kind of your banter. So I really like this energy for you, Angie. So just get excited about this person coming in. And then, you know, keep in your mind that there is something intuitively that you're aware of with AD. I think as long as they're focusing on their healing, you might end up actually dating. It's just not clear whether you'll actually get married. So don't hold out for that being the specific goal. Just think about, you know, would it be nice just to date them, right? If there's no contact right now, even just thinking about what dating might be, could get you so excited into that reality that it's a lot more easy to grab onto. Whereas wondering if you're going to get married or not, that's like a lot further of a reach. And there's a lot more doubt in that question. So hope that helps. Let me know if that resonates. Hello, hello, hello. Okay. The question, not the question, the comment about this outfit is really funny. So I walked into town today. I got a sunburn like on my forehead. In the Scottish sun, if you could believe that. But I was walking around for quite a while because it's like an hour downhill and an hour uphill. And then I was walking all around town as well. And I was going in. So, Angie, I'm going to talk a bit more about timing. And Tara, I see your question as well. I'm going to talk a bit more about timing, but you heard what I already said. So, soon is very relative. Soon for me, in talking to you, could be like within 2-3 years. And you might be like, that's not soon, girl. What are you talking about? So, yeah. I do feel like you're going to date people before a husband. I just feel that. So that's what I can tell you. I feel like you're going to date some people before you get to husband level. It's pretty logical. I guess that's normally how things happen. So I would look towards and focus your energy towards the idea of dating and actually enjoying what about the process of dating and what about relationship do you actually really love before it gets to the husband spot. Just because I think it's really good to just relieve that pressure for you right now. That's what I feel. So, anyways, walking down into town, walking down the hill. I got to walk up the hill. By the time I get all the way back to Anamkara here, I was so sweaty. And I was like, oh my gosh, I really have to jump onto a call. You know, I was going down into town to get red lipstick because I had done this call with my friend Emily. And she was like, why aren't you doing your signature thing? Your signature thing's red lips. And I was like, oh man, I didn't even bring red lipstick with me to Scotland. Need that in my life again. So I was going down into town, came back up. I felt so sweaty, but I knew that I needed to wear the red lips at some point. And so I grabbed this silk robe because I just didn't feel like dealing with that. And I just wanted to be in something soft so I could do this empath energetics call. And then one of the new empath energetics participants was just like, whoa, Kate, like, should we all wear something like that? I'm like, you can do what you want, but I was just showing up in pure style. It really wasn't for it was really just for my own base comfort. It was just me trying to make my own day. So take that as you will, but you know, it's good. It's good to feel good. It's good to do what feels nice. I just wanted something nice on my skin because I needed something light, and I'd been wearing a sweater walking all around town. I was too warm. I needed to do a call, so I was like and I had actually tried going and grabbing another robe, and then, you know, this is the one that it landed on. So now I look so stylish, but it was really accidental, and I hadn't tried the lipstick in the store. Thank you. Thank you. I hadn't tried the lipstick in the store. I just put it on my wrist, like on my hand to match it. So I knew I'd like the color, but it was nice to see it actually totally matches. I think I just got really lucky. Okay. Laura, I see your question. Thank you for asking. Tara, let's get back to this. So Tara first asked, when will I get married? And again, I was talking about that whole timing thing, how if someone else needs to do their work, we got to let them do their work. And so rushing them, it really is not going to help. I like to know about my future spouse. Yeah. Everyone's focused on husbands today or spouses. It's quite interesting. I feel like, I can resonate with that to a certain extent. I can definitely resonate. Oh, bye, Anne. Did you ask a question? You did. I can answer it. So, Anne, I'm going to answer your question. So go in 40 minutes in. I'll send you the link after cuz I'll answer your question anyway. I hate not answering questions, but maybe there are words or signs I can pay better attention to. Words or signs. I'll read a couple of things for you, Anne. I'll send you a message. Anne is my lovely Dutch relative. I don't know what our relation is to each other because I get confused by family connection things to try and describe that. But yay, yay. Okay. So, yeah, future spouse. Yeah, I can totally resonate with like wanting to know about your future spouse and future partner. And also, I just want to say sometimes it's good just to think about like the feelings you want and the hopes that you want rather than fixation on the person. So I'm gonna think about that as far as reading this for you, similarly to what I did for Angie. Though I'm also gonna read some archetype cards because I get it's fun. The challenge is, like there's so many ways life can go, and so it's like I wouldn't want someone to say, "Oh, well, Kate said that my husband is going to be like this, and this. So because this person I'm dating is not like this, and this, it's not worth it." And that I would hate for that to happen because all the people we meet on our journeys and all the people we date are leading us to deeper connection within ourselves, right? I said this to an ex partner recently because we are still friends, which is so lovely. So lovely that that can still happen. I feel so blessed, when you care about people and they can stay in your life, it's so much better than just running away from each other. I know it has to happen sometimes. So, no judgment. But, anyways, I was talking with this ex partner and said, I just feel like the person I am today was so helped by our connection, like the way that we knew each other was so helpful for me knowing who I am today. And I was just so thankful. And they said the exact same thing because, you can walk away from someone in the romantic way and understand that person was absolutely a necessary part of your journey. So, anyways, I've gone on enough about that. I just want to be really clear so that we're embracing a much wider and open hearted perspective towards how we love and how we date and the expectations we set. I think a lot of people, when they crave this long term and when they crave this deep partnership, can almost stand in the way of the beauty of getting to know each person along the way. And that long term alignment is obvious. It's obvious because you work on things together, you're a team, and it is clear because you end up feeling continually drawn to each other. And a lot of the time, these things are much better done without the pressure of that expectation that's so many steps down the line. You have so many other things to enjoy. So, Tara, enough stalling. Passion and happiness. So, I really see the happiness piece because it's really weird. We can be in connections and not actually feel happy, but still feel like it's a good connection to be in, which is so weird. I feel like you're going to have a lot of joy though with this person. I feel like you're going to have a lot of feelings of, yeah, you're going to have the passion. You're going to have a feeling that is like unmatched to what you've experienced before. You're going to mean it when you say this person feels like your other half because it's going to feel like you just think the same way about stuff in a way that kind of fires you both up and it's going to feel like so quickly connected. So look forward to that, a very like quickly intense connection. And then also happiness. So the happiness piece, it feels like this person is going to make you laugh, but also try to make your day. And you're just going to be like relieved, I feel like. And it's funny. So there's also Trickster. I have a feeling this person is gonna, I don't know if you like this kind of thing. Not everybody does, but I have this feeling this person is gonna kind of do like light jokes or pranks with you. And so it's like they're always gonna be looking for some funny way to make your day. Or, they might be the kind of person, you see those couples and like someone hides a Nerf gun and then waits for them when they get back home. I see like this maybe being part of your connection, something like that. They're just going to do things you don't expect just to try and make your day. Or, you could be talking about something one week and then they just decide, hey, let's just do that. And it just feels like very freeing in a sense. And we have Liberator. So that makes sense as well. Liberator, freeing. Liberator says freeing yourself and others from outmoded beliefs and releasing negative thought patterns. And it also says ignoring legitimate constraints. So, kind of somewhat similar actually in the energy that I was reading for Angie. It feels like this person also kind of might struggle with just accepting actual limits and blocks for what they are. So, they might just try to like push the boundaries a little bit. And I just see it being more like playful rather than super problematic, but it might get you into trouble or might get them into trouble sometimes. Um, where they're just trying to like think differently, but then they're ignoring like, no, you actually still need to pay your taxes. I don't think it's going to be about paying taxes, but it'll be like you still have to do the like the things by the rules or by the books. You guys have really fun energies of people coming in. It's very interesting. Tara, let me know if this resonates with you at all or if this, how this is landing with you. I just feel like they're going to be very unpredictable. Like they're just going to be in a good way, kind of throwing you off what you're used to. But they're going to be there for you. Like they're going to have this kind of like best friend puppy energy of like always wanting to like, they're going to like always want to hang out in a positive way. Like not in like a, we spend too much time together way, but like, in a, like they leave the house and then they want to call you because they miss you already type of energy. So it's very sweet, and that's the passion part. But it's also happiness. Like I see them being really happy having met you. Like they're so relieved is what I'm seeing to have met you. So look forward to that. That's awesome. That's awesome. Laura, I see your question. I'm gonna get to Anne's and then I'm gonna get to Jody's. You're welcome. You're welcome. And if anyone does want to donate, the PayPal donation button is below, or should be. I don't think I put it below on this actually particular video yet, but you can find it on my site heartsfrontier.com, or you can go to Instagram or whatever. You can message me as well. Okay, Anne, and then Anne, I'm gonna let her know 10:45, 10:50. Okay. Words or signs I can better pay attention to. So I'm going to pull an animal card for Anne. Yeah. Spider spirit, make your dreams real. So Anne, if you see spiders, and oh my gosh, I have seen so many spiders. I left my windows open today. And whenever I do that, spiders are like, "Woo, we want to be in here." Of course, it's such a nice little caravan. Why don't we just share it? I've got cobwebs on all my windows now. I try to rescue them and bring them outside because I feel bad just them hanging out in my little home. They should probably be in nature. So I do try to save them and bring them outside. But yeah, they weave some webs. Let me tell you, they love these corners. So, don't look up too far. Look at the nice windows, but not up too far. Hi, Alexandra. Hello, hello. Okay, so Anne, you are getting spider spirit, which says make your dreams real. So when you see a spider, I'm getting that you're gonna need to start paying attention to these little moments, even if you just see a spider online or you see a spider on TV or something like that, or on someone's shirt. It's going to be in kind of random spots, but there's going to be something about your luck or your manifesting your blessings, perhaps even your creative inspirations or ideas. Like you have an idea and then you see a spider and you go, okay, that's the idea I need to go with. And let's get another word or something. What's a word or feeling needs to take a look at? That's my computer telling me to go to sleep. Surrender. And so we have spider and surrender. There's almost some similarity in those and in the words even. It's kind of interesting. Spider and surrender. Make your dreams real. I love that for you. Very exciting. Okay. Alexandra and anyone else who's on the YouTube, just let me know if you have questions. I see yours, Laura, and then I see Jody's. So Laura and then Jody. I'm really surprised I'm keeping track of this. My brain does not always keep up when I'm in Oracle space. Laura, I want to ask if this gentleman I'm currently speaking to, let's call him M. Ooh, I feel like we're on Sex in the City. Let's call him Mr. Let's call him M. Has good romantic potential for me. He's in a bit of a funk right now, and that is a weird way to start things. Oh my gosh, I totally have been hearing this. This is not the first time someone in my circle this week has shared something like this. So maybe that's just the vibe right now. People are going through stuff. I guess people are always going through stuff, but yeah, it can be a weird way to start a relationship, can't it? Is when someone is like in their stuff and kind of they're really going through it. So let's see. Good romantic potential. I'm gonna do this and this. Proud of me. Yeah, thank you. Just be proud of my brain, my memory. Maybe it'll be like Cinderella, and in 9 minutes, I'm gonna start turning into a pumpkin. Well, Cinderella didn't turn into a pumpkin, but you know what I mean. Okay, interesting, Laura. Okay, this is mystery and hunger. And hunger sometimes is positive in a dynamic, and sometimes is not exactly the vibe that's like going to be stable. So mystery and hunger is not feeling like stable, clear, forward energy. It is feeling like a good space to practice receiving someone's desire. So if you are enjoying the desire part of that and the like receiving flirtation, and feeling good, about being sought after, then I say enjoy that hunger for how it reaches you. The mystery piece kind of has me going, it doesn't really feel like a strong romantic potential as far as commitment would be concerned. But if connection, there could be a curiosity that you could have with that. Let's see what the Romance Angels cards say, though. What else? Let me know if more questions come up, too. I kind of have this feeling like the reason they're difficult with it is just like they're hiding some parts of themselves. So it's like they're being really honest in some ways, but then they're hiding other parts of themselves. And that can also be really difficult. I'm choking on nothing, which means probably they're holding something back because it just felt like someone was grabbing my throat, not in a nice way. Yeah, pay attention to the red flags. So I guess we're getting a little more clearer. Pay attention to the red flags. This says the signs are cautioning you. See if anything else pops up. Because I do think it's kind of like there's some part of it that's okay to sort of still indulge in. But I think you're spot on. You're spot on about what you're noticing. Yeah, so it says trust and love yourself first. So I would say enjoy it for as long as you can enjoy it. And if you stop enjoying it, just be out of there because you're already seeing stuff that isn't really like just in your highest and right alignment with you. And so I think they have like good, like desire based potential, and attraction perhaps as well. It says your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. So it could also just be too, like, at least for now, a sign that it's important to have boundaries and not in a nice way. Yeah. No, I really am in the late night vibe now. Yeah, Laura. So I don't know. I think you're picking up on something like straight up and that you need to pay attention to. And that it's a good thing. It's a good practice also to say, yeah, this is my boundary, or, I don't feel like hanging out today. If you get this sense that they're in a funk and you're going to hang out and you're like, I'm not feeling it, then just shift it to a later time. Like, just keep trusting yourself. Because I'm not getting like a you need to run, but I'm also not really feeling like excitement and alignment in this direction as well. So thank you for asking. Okay. Okay, Jody. Anything that comes up. I am feeling more like staying with this romance deck. Ooh, interesting. Angie and Tara might be interested in these, in what's coming out in this message as well. It's kind of the vibe today is like not rushing anything and not focusing on timing, and at the same time believing that things can happen sooner than we think. Whoop. Okay. Your future partner being like your next partner. So we have, oh, hello. So we have let go of control issues and also very soon. So the let go of control issues is like timing, expectations, the way you want things to go and then the way they're meant to go. Obviously, they don't always match. And also, this one says allow this situation to unfold naturally. And sometimes we do add this like extra force onto things because we have like a desire to put it into some way, but then we step out of receiving. And when we step out of receiving, it can be really challenging to really feel truly into things. And then very soon says clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. So it might be about spending more time designing, getting excited, dreaming up the type of partnership and the feelings that you imagine for yourself, and like the goal, right? The dream, the vision. I keep seeing a vision board. So maybe it's make a vision board of like the future partner and what kinds of things you see them doing with you, or how they might feel, or the type of love you have. I have one of these on Instagram. This is maybe a bit of a share, but I have one of these, you can save like collections on Instagram. I have one of these that I use just for manifesting like the type of love. When I see something, I'm like, oh, there's something in that. Oh, there's something in that. There's something in here. And I don't go and look back at it often, but every now and then I go, this is what I'm waiting for. So if I'm involved in something that just doesn't seem in alignment, I go, wait, is that queued up to what it is that I feel like really divinely called for? Does it inspire this type of feeling that I know, this feeling exists in you if you have this feeling of love and of partnership and romance, and you have this knowing inside of yourself. You have this knowing inside of yourself. What you're waiting for is to queue up to that. But in order to do that, you've got to be receiving of everything that's coming first, because it takes a pathway there, right? It's like a distant planet and it slowly approaches and you're not quite sure if it's it. And then you're sort of seeing. As soon as it gets close, you'll know whether to get it out of your asteroid belt or to, pull it in. And I pulled 2 cards for your future partner and things that you might want to be aware of. We have Don Juan and also Warrior. It's really interesting. I get this, especially letting go of control and letting be. Yeah, let it be. I'm not going to get into singing, not today. I thought about it. I have my ukulele sitting here. I thought about opening up with a song, but I didn't. I opened up with readings anyway. So Don Juan, the shadow is using the power of romantic attraction for private agendas, but the light spotlights your positive, seductive qualities. So this could be for you. It could also be for your partner. I feel like this is kind of like both either with this reading, whereas the other ones, it really felt like I was reading the person themselves. But this could be for you or them as well. And then also Warrior. The Warrior shadow is trading ethical principles for victory just at any cost, like not like sacrificing what you feel like divinely in your heart, and then actually the acquisition or the victory, right? The conquest, and an indifference to the suffering inflicted upon others. But the light is so beautiful of Warrior. This would be a really amazing type of partner to have, especially someone who would be like so strong. It says strength, skill, discipline, and toughness of will. Someone who is mentally like and willpower wise really lined up. And it says heroism, stoicism, and self-sacrifice in conquering the ego. So this like thing, you might actually find they have some of that similar quality as well, and that they also might have this feeling of um, these positive seductive qualities, but also yeah, it's a very interesting one. The Don one is like a really beautiful character, but that archetype is very often misunderstood because they're misunderstood as sort of being flighty, when in reality, um, the pursuer is actually such a like forward energy. It's so warrior and Don Juan, it could relate a bit to you. It could also relate a bit to whatever this next person will be. Love this. Open. That's great. Okay, I'm glad it resonated. Yeah, sweet. Good question. Alexandra. Okay, please tell me more about me not being in the red home in August. Is it due to the landlord or would I be traveling perhaps? I'm leaning more towards traveling. So I'm just going to answer that really quickly because I see that you have another question. But I feel like it's due to traveling. So actually, good that you asked because last time I was like, I'm not really sure why. Alexandra, one more if there is time. Oh, you're welcome, Laura. You're welcome. One more if there is time. I have a booking for June that I had booked for 2 years now. That's why I want to involve authorities to force the landlord to give me my water and parking back. What do you think? Is it an end of June? Is it after June 20th? That's what I'm seeing. Is it after June 20th? Let me know. I feel like if it's after June 20th, then yes. And if it's before that, then you might just need, yeah. I mean, timelines can change and you can do what you think. I would prepare a backup before you try to enforce this. Try to think about, yeah, because I just felt really clearly like the 20th or onward it might be possible, but the 15th it might not. So um try to prepare a backup or some way that you could make it work, some way that you could even like break even or just slightly receive something for exchanging some kind of situation where they can stay, or if there's any way to work that. I'm not sure if there is. um and you can still do what you want to try and make it happen. I don't know, I just have this feeling like it might it might be a bit tough to get it by the 15th. Yeah. So keep taking right action the way that you can, and do your best to try to listen. So this is the overall message for today and always. Try to listen and receive what's actually in highest and best interest rather than what our minds tell us we want or think we need or want in a certain time, because often there's totally a reason for timing the way it's working out. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. Okay. I think it makes sense. Okay, good. Good. Yeah, and like, it's tough when you're involving authorities, like things they kind of have a bottleneck. So it could be that something happens miraculously. There's always a percentage for error in anything psychic and oracle wise that I do choose to read. But I mean, it's pretty specific for me to feel the 20th and on would be fine. But before that, it wouldn't be possible. So yeah, I'm curious to see how that works out. So, keep showing up to readings. Let me know if there's anything else. Um, I can do like one more question, but also like I could go to sleep. It's 11 p.m. here in the Scottish Highlands, and I so love being on here with you all. I really do. Um, I love teaching intuition. I also, I love helping you get clear on your own. I think sometimes by opening the gate here and by saying things and you validating, hey, I've been feeling this, or I want to know more about that, you then start to feel, okay, that resonates and this matches. Alexandra, thank you for saying I look lovely. Yeah. It's if we're here when I was explaining the story of why I just got sweaty, and that's why I somehow look put together, because I was like, I just want to be out of what I was wearing and into something that feels soft on my skin. and I needed to try on the red lips because I only put them on my hands and I didn't know how this was going to look. I am getting ready to film some extra different things on YouTube. And so that was why I also went out. I'm trying to cultivate, my image again in a way that feels like it suits me. So thank you. Thank you very much. Feels good. Feels good. I'm feeling good in Scotland. I really am. Feels like belong here. Thanks. Thanks, thanks, thanks. All right. Let's not just compliment me all night or else I won't be able to get to sleep. So thank you, everyone. Okay. So enjoy the rest of your evenings. Thanks, Joel. Hopefully you're on next time earlier, and I'm happy to answer any questions. I love answering lots of different questions. I was having dreams about doing like psychic remote viewing for real estate again. So if anyone comes in, thank you, Jody. If anyone comes in, looking for that, Alexandra, that might come up for you if you end up making a switch or something. I'm happy to book sessions for those as well. I don't know why that just came up in my mind recently that I really like doing remote viewing, location, helping people with these types of things. So yeah, 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 yeah. That's awesome. Hey, Lori. Bye, Lori. All right, I'm headed off for the evening. I'll catch you all Sunday. Yeah, Alexandra, I've done it for like multi-million dollar properties. It's such a random thing that's occurred in my psychic career, is that I've actually done some really cool like remote viewing and things for, yeah, really neat properties. Yeah, oh, of course. One of them that did was actually when I was staying with you. That's amazing. I love that. Small world that I would even bring that up today. I did. Yeah, 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 totally. Okay, so enjoy the rest of your night. I will be back Sunday, 4 p.m. British time, 11 a.m. Eastern time, 8 a.m. Pacific time. I'm getting good at this. Enjoy the rest of your evenings, everyone, afternoons, wherever you are, and we'll chat soon. Take care.